Hey Pisces, happy birthday, my lovelies. We're going to connect here and we're going to see what messages are coming up for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for February 21st through the 27th. You might stumble upon this video at some other time. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever it was time for you to hear the messages. These are general messages for the Pisces collective. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's jump right on in here, my dear Pisces friends. The first card that's coming up here for you guys is the Three of Wands. So, this can come up in a couple of different ways. Some readers see Three of Wands as a sense of like coming together and collaborating. And so sometimes it can come up in that way that you might be collaborating with others. However, for me, in my readings, Three of Wands seems to come up when there's some kind of expansion happening in your life, some kind of growth happening in your life. A lot of the times it can be in terms of career or self-employment, like putting yourself out there on a bigger level or more advanced level, like trying to get to the next step or putting yourself out there for the next step. Three of Wands for me is always coming in with the energy and with the message that you've come too far to turn back around now. It's like the point of no return. Three of Wands for me is there's no going back. You've come too far. You have to keep moving forward, and you will see that things will turn out favorably. And it will also give you a chance to learn on what can be tweaked, what can be changed, what can be improved. But it will be a favorable result for you. And now it's like you're too far ahead in the game to go back, right? Like we've come all this way, we're coming into the final push kind of energy. Three of Wands also is mental expansion. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't go back to sleep. Pisces, some of you are a little bit frustrated because you are waking up, but by what you're seeing, you're like, can I go back to sleep now? Like, can I go back to that blissful ignorance? You can't. But if you keep moving forward, you will find bliss again. But this time you don't have to be ignorant to experience it. The next card that's coming up here for you guys, oh, Pisces, is the Ace of Cups. I love it. Ace of Cups generally is a very happy card, okay? Ace of Cups is going to come up with the energy of new beginnings. It could be a peaceful resolution to conflicts and disagreements, a happy new home, a work that is very fulfilling, being really connected with your creative flow, your creative juices. Overall, the Ace of Cups is just complete and total emotional contentment. Like you're so satisfied on an emotional level. And for a water sign, that's very important, right? Water signs, emotion is everything. So to be satisfied and content and to feel pleasure, right? And to feel happiness in your heart, that's a wonderful message to have coming in. Now, the Ace of Cups for me has even more of a special meaning. Every reader is going to have certain cards that mean something a little extra when they come up, and Ace of Cups is one of those cards for me. Something I've noticed reading for people over the years, Ace of Cups tends to come up when you're turning over a karmic leaf. We all have situations in our life where we have the same thing happen to us again and again. The same situation. No matter how many times we move, we have terrible neighbors or terrible landlords. No matter how many times we change friends, we have the same gossipy, backstabby friends. No matter how many times we leave a bad relationship, we end up dating the same person again. It's just in a different body, right? It's just the same thing again and again and again. Well, the Ace of Cups for me comes up when there's this situation when you're like, enough is enough. Like, I see what the common denominator is here. I see what the common factors are. I know what the red flags are. I know what to look out for next time. And I am never, ever going to get involved in this kind of a situation ever again. I'm sick of being unhappy, sick of being miserable. Life is too short. I don't have time for this. I only want to be happy, and I refuse to deal with this. right? Next time I see this coming, I'm going to spot it from a mile away. I'm going in the other direction. Universe says awesome. Wonderful. Pisces is awake now. Pisces no longer needs these difficult, challenging situations to wake Pisces up. Now Pisces is ready to learn through excitement, success, accomplishment, support, creativity, love, happiness, all of the positive ways. So instead of learning through pain, right? People hear karmic lesson and they cringe. Instead of learning through pain and suffering, now you're learning through fun. Now you're learning through joy. I see that as the message time and time again with Ace of Cups. So prepare yourself, Pisces, to come into a time when you're learning a lot and you're growing a lot, but you're learning and you're growing from pleasant experiences, things that you're really enjoying, things that really feel good to you. That's very good news. The next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords can come up in a couple of different ways, right? All of the cards have more than one meaning or several layers. And the Five of Swords can be where some of you Pisces are really finally ready to burn those bridges. A part of that waking up for some of you is you're realizing the people that are bringing pain into your life or that are complicating your life time and time again. No matter how hard you try to be nice to them, no matter how hard you try to help them, you're just at this point now where you're like, look, you're drowning and you're pulling me down with you, and I'm not willing to drown with you. I'm not willing to sacrifice myself. And so some of you are burning bridges for these kinds of situations or these kinds of people. You guys, Pisces, have had this reoccurring message coming up in your weekly forecasts for quite some time where you're so sick of the way things have been going, and you're so sick of biting your tongue and pretending like it's okay when it's not okay. And so a lot of you are burning bridges now with those people that make you feel like you have to bite your tongue. They make you feel like you have to pretend it's okay when it's not okay. So some of you are definitely letting some people go. And for some of you, you're going to be telling off people as you're letting them go. And that might not be like you so much typically, but like in this case or situation, I feel that you feel your hand has been forced. You've tried every other resolution. You've tried every other approach. You've tried absolutely everything. And now you're just at this point where you're like, look, you are refusing. You are refusing any kind of positivity. And I cannot drown with you. I am done. I am done. I am done. So some of you are cutting some people off and burning some bridges. Five of Swords for some of you, I do feel you have to be cautious, and I hate to say this, I really do, but I feel like this energy may be coming in from a parent for some of you. Even if you're well grown in your like mid 20s, mid 30s, mid 40s, mid 50s, whatever, even if you're like a grown adult, right? Some of you might be going through a lot of self-work right now, like working on yourself, improving your life. Maybe some of you went back to school or are doing a career change or are trying to, be optimistic about your life and do something you're passionate about. And so you might be sharing these little updates with a parent. Unfortunately, this parent might be coming in with little drops of poison, like little drops of negativity. Like you're really happy, you're coming to them with good news, and you feel like this is something that's going to be really positive or really exciting, and like it shows that things are moving forward. But they have this negative energy, and they're like, oh well, don't be all naive about it, and it's gonna be hard. And they might say things that kind of burst your bubble. Some of you are cutting somebody off who might be family, who might be a sibling, and this parent might be triggering you in some way, like you're being selfish or you're being mean, or but you should feel sorry for your sibling because you're so much more capable, you're so much smarter, they need you. Like you just might have somebody making you feel like you don't know what you're doing. You don't see the truth of the situation, and you need to listen to them, and you need them, and you can't kind of go off on your own. And this might be a little triggering for some of you. For some of you, you might have someone who's flat out trying to trigger you. Like they don't want you to do certain things, so they know what to say or what to do to get you to go in the direction they want you to go. If you find yourself being triggered, just take a step aside if you can before responding, before reacting, and write it out. Journal about it. What happened? Who was involved? What did they say or do? How did it make you feel about yourself? Who else has made you feel this way about yourself before, as far back as you can remember, your earliest memory of feeling this way? Who was involved? What did they do? Why do you think that these people are doing it? The person today, the person from before. Why do you think they're doing these things to make you feel this way? What do you think they're getting out of it? Why do you think they're behaving this way? Then write out like a forgiveness and release to these people. Forgive them, release them from any expectation. Realize that this is their survival mechanism. This is how they're trying to protect themselves, and that you're not going to take it personally. You're not going to internalize it. Write out a forgiveness for yourself. Anything you want to forgive yourself for, whether you want to forgive yourself for believing them or giving them another chance, or maybe you lost your cool in the past and you went off and you really wish you hadn't handled it in that way. Whatever you need to forgive yourself for, write out a release and forgiveness to yourself, and then end it by writing how you're choosing to feel about yourself and about this situation from now on moving forward. If you can take these steps, you're going to deactivate these triggers. And you're never ever going to have to deal with it ever again. No matter how many times they try to push that button or look for it, it's not there. They're not going to be able to get that same reaction out of you. They're not going to be able to steer you anymore. They can pull all the strings that they want, but the strings are disconnected, right? You're not a puppet in their hands. So it's a very powerful gift that you're being given. I know it might feel irritating or frustrating to deal with, but really, all in all, it's a gift because it's an opportunity for you to deactivate these triggers. Your next card here, Pisces, is the King of Swords. This could be an air sign person coming in to help you or to give you counsel or advice. Sometimes the King of Swords can be some kind of an expert. It could be a lawyer or attorney some of you might be consulting with, or an expert of some kind. It could also just be an air sign person. It could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. If you have an air sign placement, you may be focusing on those areas of your life. The King of Swords, though, a lot of you might be stepping into King of Swords energy. And the King of Swords is going to be somebody who is very logical, right? He's not going to make decisions based on other people's emotions or feelings. He's going to do what's fair. He's going to do what's in the best and highest good. And he's going to do what makes sense. Okay? He's going to do what makes sense. He's not going to make fear-based decisions or decisions out of guilt. And he's going to find the win-win situation, right? So here I feel, Pisces, that a lot of you are going to find happiness as you're able to make your decisions based on logic, being able to not take things so personally, doing what makes sense, doing what is going to make your life easier, and not feeling so worried about what somebody else thinks about these decisions, right? Coming into making logical decisions and not fear-based decisions. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Actually, no, I'm going to do love readings. I'm going to do love readings for March. I already did them for February. The February love readings are in the description. So the weeklies aren't going to cover Venus. I am going to do a message of the day, and I will include Venus energy in... Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, take that back. Amethyst is being confusing. Forgive me. Forgive me. It's been a lot lately, guys. It's been a lot. I'm going to do a card of the day, okay, in addition to the weekly forecasts. But For your love messages, check out the love readings that are going to be linked in the description. February is linked. March will be up soon. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Take care and be well, my dears.